Start of a brand new week here in the sports room. Welcome in. I'm Riley Evans. Call me Bubba. I'm your co-host, along with my man, Darius Biggen Matthews. Derek Crystal, usually here, not here today. We're going to go ahead and mention that at the beginning because on Friday we did not mention it at all, really, until the end.
Yeah.
Derek is off gallivanting through time and space, doing who knows what. His dedication to this show has been lackluster in the last week, I would say. Hopefully you heard that. Nevertheless, we are here in the sports room bringing you the latest, the hottest, the newest, the greatest news flowing around the sports universe today. Darius, how was your weekend?
It's been pretty good, man. It was kind of slow, but it was cool. I mean, I just went to the gym, chilled out, ate food. You know, it doesn't get any better than that.
Went to the gym.
And I bought my tickets to Black Panther, so it was definitely a great weekend.
I got my tickets as well. I've actually had them for like a week now. I'm going with a group of there's like 14 people going.
Really?
It's like me and all my siblings and their husbands and wives, and then a couple of my cousins are coming, and we just have a massive group going. We're going on Thursday night. 10:30 showing.
I think there's 5 of us or 6 of us going. We're going at 11:10, so we're going real late.
I'm a Marvel junkie.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
If you're listening on the podcast, you can't tell, but I have a Marvel poster right here, right by my thing. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember the last time I was this excited for like an individual movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, obviously, I always get more excited than anything for the Avengers movies themselves.
Yeah,
like the
definitely.
Group. But as far as individual movies go, this is the most excited I've been for in a long time. Because I thought his introduction in Civil War was so,
clean. Yeah. I was like, okay, I see what you did there, Marvel.
Here's the thing. This is you know what I love most about it?
What's that?
So he's in that movie, right? They introduce him as this character. And he doesn't lose a fight that entire movie.
No.
No matter who it is.
It didn't matter.
He fights Captain America, pretty much beats him.
Gave him the work.
He fights the Winter Soldier, makes him look like an idiot.
Yeah.
He fights Hawkeye, catches both of his arrows. That's dope. It's dope. But he never really loses a fight. The only time he ever doesn't get what he wants out of fights is when the people he's fighting are running away from him.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And so he had one of the best introductions, like that first scene when he's there on that rooftop in Bulgaria, tackles the Winter Soldier and is fighting Captain America at the same time. And then obviously at the end of the movie, he overcomes his feelings of vengeance.
Yeah, and becomes a lover, not a fighter.
I'm just pumped for this movie.
I'm ready. I haven't been this excited since Godzilla came out in 2014. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm a huge nerd.
Saw it.
Huge. It was great.
Really?
Not the action that I wanted, but that's what made you want more, is that the action, it built up, and then the action hits you right in the middle and right at the end, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I want to see the second one. So now I'm anticipating 2019 for Godzilla Part 2. It's killing me, but I'm ready.
I heard they were going to do a crossover Godzilla King Kong thing.
They are, 2020. So King Kong's probably going to make an appearance in this next one somehow, because in the last King Kong movie, they did a Marvel ending where they showed how King Kong, Godzilla, and the rest of the monsters are connected. So,
but which King Kong is from Skull Island King Kong? That one?
From the most recent movie?
Yeah. The Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. But
that's the King Kong that's going to be in with Godzilla.
Yeah, but he's going to be
because you got to get it all sorted out with the universes, right?
Yeah, not the Jack Black King Kong. That one's too small.
For example, in the Marvel universe, we've got the Tom Holland Spider-Man, not the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Right.
And so it's so we're getting the Skull Island King Kong, not the Jack Black weird movie King Kong.
No, not the weird movie. Yeah, that one was odd. I liked it, but it was
Skull Island
weird.
was aight.
It was all right. I wasn't too impressed. I was like, King Kong looks more like a hairy dude than a gorilla, but it's all good.
But I am pumped for Black Panther.
I am too. I'm ready to go. I can't wait. Thursday can't come up.
Me and all my siblings are watching all of the Marvel movies in order leading up to Infinity War.
Man.
We're watching one a week.
I wish my friends were as cool as you guys.
You can come watch them with us.
Nobody wants to do that.
So we're going to Black Panther this Thursday, and then I believe probably on Saturday or Sunday we're on Thor 2.
Okay.
Is where we are in the countdown. So we're pretty close. We're pretty early still.
Yeah.
It's like the 8th one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 9th one we've watched.
Did you guys start off with the Hulk movie?
We started with Iron Man, so it starts Iron Man, then it goes Hulk, and then Iron Man 2.
Got you.
And then Thor and Captain America. and then the first Avengers, I believe.
Okay.
It's right after that, and then they all just go in order like that.
Yeah.
So that is, dude, I'm so excited.
Lit.
Yeah, Derek's not here today. Not sure when he'll be back. If you guys have him on Twitter, tweet at him and say as many vulgar and crude things as you want to him because he's being a savage. And I'll know if he actually listens to our own show is if he says something to me about that.
Right.
If he doesn't say anything, I'll know that he didn't listen to it because he's a freaking idiot. Okay. All right. Let's get on to some headlines. There's some big headlines going on in the sporting world. It was kind of a slower weekend. Obviously, the first weekend without football, which was a depressing thought in and of itself. No more football until September.
Sad.
Crying tears, literally.
Oh, yeah.
So because of that, headlines were kind of slow this weekend after the NBA trade deadline passed. But baseball did make their way into the headlines this week with the Cubs yesterday signing Darvish to a 5-year, $126 million contract.
Right.
Darvish is 31. Career ERA is about 3.4. Had a decent season last year, especially after being traded to the Dodgers. Pitched pretty well in the playoffs up until Game 7 of the World Series where he was beat up. So, with that, the MLB odds, the Cubs have surged into a tie for third.
Wow.
With the Washington Nationals and the Cleveland Indians at 8-1 to win the World Series.
Really?
So do you see this making a big impact, or is it kind of just like a marginal move?
I don't know. I'm on the fence, 50-50. I can see it being great for them, but I can also see it being just another pickup. I really don't know.
We've moved in baseball from being like, I remember when I was growing up, a lot of it, each team good teams had two really good pitchers. They had one ace, and then another that was a really good pitcher.
Right.
And then the third guy in the rotation was sort of a good pitcher as well, but not of the level of the previous two.
Right.
And that was what it took to win in the playoffs.
Pitching.
We're kind of now where you got to have 3 ace caliber starters in your rotation.
It's true.
To win. I mean, think about the best teams that you can remember, back in the day. The best pitchers on their team. I mean, if you think about the 2004 Red Sox, for example.
Right.
Pedro Martinez and Curt Schilling.
Pedro.
But after that, there was kind of a drop-off. You had Derek Lowe.
Yeah.
From there, Bronson Arroyo spent most of his time coming out of the pen, but he was a starter for a while. You know what I mean? It's like that's how it was. You had 2 starters that were great, and then the third guy was like, okay, I see your point. Yeah, right. But now it's like you got to have 3 guys. Boom, boom, boom. Ace caliber starters if you want to win the World Series.
Look when Randy Johnson was pitching. Do you even remember who was pitching behind Randy Johnson?
No, exactly. It's like who else pitched for the Diamondbacks? I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Even for most of the Yankees teams, the only pitcher on the roster that I remember, I guess you had Roger Clemens for a while and Andy Pettitte, but then the most popular pitcher, the most famous pitcher in Yankees history probably is Mariano Rivera, who's a closer.
Yep.
And so we're just kind of seeing this forging a new path.
Yeah.
It feels like teams are starting to. I mean, I felt like last year when the Astros acquired Justin Verlander, claimed him off waivers. I was like, wow, they didn't really need him. Right. But then when they got into the playoffs, especially in the World Series, it's like, wow, they would not have won without him.
He played a huge part.
Yeah,
huge part.
So that's the big news coming out of baseball. Another, in other parts of the big news, a big storyline, sort of what's happening in baseball is that no one's signing anybody.
Right.
The players' unions have been throwing this massive fit over this, which I don't know if it's just. I haven't read enough about it. I don't know if they're right in what they're demanding happen, but none of the teams are signing anybody. There's a bunch of free agents that aren't on teams, namely J.D. Martinez, not on a team yet, Eric Hosmer, all-star caliber first baseman, World Series winning player. He's not on a team. He's a free agent still. And so there's a lot of players such as them that are still without a team to play for.
So people are getting released.
People are getting released and they're just not signing anybody.
Especially under Derek Jeter's jurisdiction.
They're just cutting everybody from the team. They're like the Cavs on steroids, man. They're just see ya, see ya, see ya.
And they're the last team that should be cutting anybody. They should be signing guys right now. And they're just not.
That brings me to the point of why this is happening is because everybody now everybody is trying to do what the Astros just finished doing.
Yeah.
Which is tanking for 3 years, cutting off all your payroll, acquiring first round picks, getting them into your farm system, and then 4 or 5 years down the road having a really good team.
Getting a great
and
team.
so that's what everyone's doing. They're cutting all their salary. They're like, you know what, you have a big contract. Sorry, we're going to release it. We're going to trade you or something like that.
Right.
Sorry, you want a 5-year, $100 million contract. We're not going to pay you.
Can't do
That's
it.
what they're saying. That's what teams are saying to people like Hosmer.
Not going to do it.
And so that's kind of what's going on. No one is getting signed. And you know what? It's kind of ironic because pitchers and catchers report this week. And there's a lot of guys that still aren't on teams.
And there's a lot of no-names pitching and catching for teams. So it's kind of like you go get somebody at this point. You got time.
I hate it. I hate that this happens in all sports, not just baseball. It happens in basketball. Mm-hmm. I'm not so sure about football. It's mainly just the Browns. But everyone is. I hate the fact that in sports you would ever try to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just can't stand it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the solution is. I don't pretend to have the solutions to that problem. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not the one that's getting paid millions of dollars of my salary to figure that out. It's other people's problem. But all I know is that it's not okay.
It's not.
You can't have teams in basketball have good quality players not play them for the sake of losing so they can get a high draft pick. That just is awful.
It's not fun as a fan either.
And the fact that that's creeping over into baseball makes me so sad.
Well, think about being a Seattle Seahawks fan your whole life. They were terrible for so long. Sean Alexander comes along, get to the Super Bowl, they're terrible. They suck again. And then they slowly, and a lot of that was drafting and trading too. And every team's doing it. And you're absolutely right. And it kind of makes me sick. But it leads me.
We suck again.
But it leads me to my final point that I do like it in a sense because now I've never really had a baseball team, right? I've always been a fan of players. But since I've never had a baseball team, and you can tell me if I'm wrong for this, okay, because you probably know a lot more about baseball than I do. Is it wrong that I'm about to become a bandwagon fan of the New York Yankees?
Yeah, it is. Because that is bad. You can't just like the Yankees. You know, like all of a sudden be like, yeah, I like the Yankees.
But I like Aaron Judge.
That's fine. I have no problem if you like a player and therefore are subsequently rooting for the team. If Derek was here, he'd be having a fit. I want you to know.
So if I wear a Yankees hat in here.
Well, he won't care about that, but if he heard you say that you are now becoming a Yankees fan, that would light a fuse.
But I've never had a team, so I got to pick a team.
Okay, well, this is obvious. These are seeds of a larger discussion, to be honest, because this is something that me and Derek have had hours long of debates about. But I genuinely feel like you can't just like all of a sudden choose to like a team. You know, it's just like that's not how being a sports fan works. You don't just like
that's true.
You show up to the party and be like, yeah, you know what? I want to leave with this chick, and then that's what you get. No, it's just like the team chooses you.
That's true.
Usually from circumstances that you can't control. That's what I mean. Is like I don't ever remember making a conscious decision in my mind. Like, you know what? I'm gonna be a Braves fan. It's just like this is what it is. This is how I am.
All right, so I'll just say I'm an Aaron Judge fan. Who thinks
that's what I mean. It's like if you want to say you're a fan of the player,
I like
and
Aaron
he
Judge.
plays for the Yankees, so you want the Yankees to win. I'm good with that.
Okay, all right, I'll say that. That sounds safer.
Yeah, that is safer.
Because I get on people all the time for bandwagoning. So,
So don't jump on that now.
No hypocrites. You can't be a hypocrite.
Watch yourself. Y'all got me fired up. Okay. Oh. Did you hear this? Have you heard anything about this Lane Johnson story?
No.
So he went on, pardon my take, I believe it might have been earlier this morning or yesterday. And he had a very interesting quote about the Patriots.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to read it to you. This is what he said on Pardon My Take yesterday. Quote, I just think that the Patriot Way is a fear-based organization. Obviously, do they win? Yes, they win. They've won for a long time. Do I think people enjoy and can say, I've had a lot of fun playing there? No, I don't. That's just the God's honest truth. Are they successful? Well, when they go to interviews, they act like freaking robots, except for he didn't say freaking. Hey, stop being a jerk, I'm going to say. We can be cordial for a little bit. You only get to do this job one time. So let's have fun while we're doing it. Not to be reckless, but I would much rather have fun and win a Super Bowl than be miserable and win 5 Super Bowls. Hey, it is what it is, end quote.
Wow. That's a mouthful. That's an all-you-can-eat buffet right there.
So let me... Let me wrap.
Wow.
Let me. I want to think of a parallel. I want to think of an example to illustrate the point that I'm about to make. If okay, so let's say after World War II, okay, when Hitler's committed suicide, USA helped Europe win this giant war. If the USA had just said, okay, so now we're the empire.
Right.
Now you guys all are our disciples. That would not have gone over well with Churchill.
Not at all.
For sure.
Not at all.
And with other world leaders, because you know why? That's not how it works.
It's true.
And so now they've knocked off the evil empire. They've knocked off the Patriots. And now they're saying, this is the way.
Right.
We've won a Super Bowl now. We just beat them. This is the way that it should be. This is the way that you should do it. And nothing could be further from the truth.
Yeah.
That's not how you do it. I mean, I would, he might be suffering from a little bit of recency bias, going to the parade, whatever, going on this huge media tour all over the country, appearing on late night shows and sports radio shows, and now he's on Part of My Take and whatever else. And now he's thinking, this is so much fun. Right. And so he's thinking that the whole season's been fun. I guarantee you that there was accountability in there. Oh. If you didn't do your job, if you didn't, if you missed your block, if you missed your man, if you didn't, control your gap or something like that on the defensive line, then there was a price to pay.
Yes.
I don't think he really means what he's saying here.
I think he's just taking shots at the Patriots, to be honest with you. He doesn't like the Patriots, so this is his way of not doing it in a negative way, but doing it in like a passive-aggressive type way.
Yeah, probably true. I think the part that a lot of people have had a beef with, though, is that he's saying that the Patriot Way is a fear-based organization. Which I can't
argue with that, though.
I can't argue with it either, and I'm not sure that it's a bad thing.
No. 5 Super Bowls proves it's not.
It's just the way that it is. Yeah, it's just the way that it is. And, you and I have played sports. Right. You played college athletics. I did not, but I've played plenty of, played in high school and in plenty of leagues and stuff like that. And I can't tell you how annoying it is. Probably the most frustrating thing, the thing I hate most that happens with me when I'm playing, is when I'm playing in a game, any sport, and my team's getting killed, and the other team is gallivanting around.
Yes.
Like it's so easy.
Yes.
And they're just having a good time, and I'm the one losing, and I'm freaking miserable because I can't stand that they're over there yelling and high-fiving and making jokes and doing whatever else. It really honestly ticks me off. Yeah. And that's the worst thing. And you know why? Because you know why it wasn't fun? Because I'm losing. And you know why it's fun for them? Because they're winning.
Because they're winning.
And so I don't want to hear that, we're winning 5 Super Bowls, but we're not having fun. That's a load of garbage.
Because you know that they're having fun. I'm going to tell you this right now. You know I'm not a huge Tom Brady fan or a Patriots fan, but they have fun winning those Super Bowls. Yeah, they run on a certain system. That's just how Belichick is. And sorry, it's been proven that's the blueprint. Not the Eagles winning 1 Super Bowl, the Patriots winning 5. That's the blueprint. The Steelers winning 6. That's the blueprint. The Cowboys winning 5. That's the blueprint. Not winning 1 Super Bowl. And if it has to be fear-based, sorry, ask Alabama. It's worked for them too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's accountability is really what he's trying to say there. Is that's like it. What he's really trying to push is that you can't have fun as long as there's accountability. Right. And that's completely asinine. Just totally it's ridiculous
garbage.
Notion.
It's garbage.
Lane. Come on, man.
Chill, bro.
I get it. You won the Super Bowl. You feel like you're the king of the world, and you earned that right.
Right.
You beat the best team in the league. You beat, like I said, you knocked out the evil empire.
You did.
Congratulations. Okay? But the only thing harder than winning a Super Bowl is winning another one.
Another one.
And if you open your mouth like this too much, then you're not going to make a lot of friends around the league.
Ask Jalen Ramsey.
I don't know that he's necessarily trying to do that. We hit a little bit on the baseball, talking about Darvish signing with the Cubs. Also worthy of note that this week, all pitchers and catchers will be reporting to training camp, to spring training. With that, Vegas has released their odds to win the World Series. They kind of, I guess they, keep it updated. Mm-hmm. The leading odds getter, the odds-on favorite, I believe is the term, to win the World Series is the Bronx Bombers, your new team, apparently, the New York Yankees. And then there's a two-way tie for second place between the Astros and Dodgers, followed by the Indians and Nationals. So the Yankees are 5-1 odds.
Right.
Astros and Dodgers 6-1. Indians and Nationals 8-1. Followed by Cubs, Red Sox, Angels, Mets, Cardinals, so on and so forth.
I'm just trying to ruffle some feathers. I can't jump on a bandwagon. But I do want the Yankees to win because I do like Aaron Judge. I want him to bang the gavel this
I don't
year.
understand how they wouldn't be the favorite. You know,
What I really want to know is Russell Wilson going to play a big part in that?
no, he's not. He will never play in the majors.
You don't think so?
No, but I you know, if he tried.
Yeah.
You know, like if he went Deion Sanders and actually tried to play baseball and like make it to the majors, I bet he could because he's as good of an athlete as there is in the world.
He's a good ball player.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so if he actually cared and wanted to, then I think he could. But
Well, didn't he leave college to go play professional baseball and came back to finish his eligibility?
well, he transferred from NC State to Wisconsin because
right.
NC State wouldn't let him play baseball anymore,
Right.
and so he transferred to Wisconsin so that he could keep playing both.
Right.
I would love to see him play baseball.
I would too.
I really wish that he would, but it's just
Yeah.
I think he wants to win Super Bowls, not
He's trying
World
to win
Series.
Super Bowls. I don't blame him.
I'm okay with that. But, maybe the lure, maybe like the bait of playing for the Yankees might do something for him.
Yeah.
It
would do it for me.
Maybe I'll give this a try.
About to be a Bronx Bomber? Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure he's been invited to spring training.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens there. I mean, but obviously the seasons overlap, so I'm not sure how that's supposed to work.
I don't know how Deion did it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But Deion played in a World Series.
He did. Played in the World Series and he played in the Super Bowl.
Did he retire from the NFL for a while? Did he take a year off or something?
I'd have to look that up. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Because that seems like the only way that could have been possible.
That worked.
You know what I mean? Because it's like
Bo
he's been
Jackson
playing in a
too.
World Series. He played in the World Series for the Braves.
Right.
And, it's like, how could you have possibly done both of those at the same time? Because it's in October. It's right in the middle of football season. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to get some information on that. We're young. We're too young for that.
Definitely.
To be honest. You know what I mean?
That's ancient
I was
times.
3 when that was happening.
Right.
So, anyway, those are the biggest headlines of the day, probably. Let's move on to basketball. That's the only basketball and obviously hockey, but basketball is the only sport in season right now.
Yeah.
So you and I talked on Friday, post-trade deadline, about all these moves that the Cavs had made in an effort to revitalize their team, get younger, more athletic, with the hopes that LeBron would, be
Cheer up.
motivated. Yeah, basically.
Cheer up, Bron.
Which, he did.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like they were going to be that much of a better team.
I agree.
I felt like motivationally it would help the team, and we'd see a new revitalized team,
Right.
which I think we did. But I didn't think that on the court we would see much of a difference. And it would seem, at least for the moment,
Right.
that those doubts of ours have been negated. They showed up in Boston on Sunday, played the number 1 team in the East,
And they balled
and
out.
blew them out.
But
Everyone played.
Everybody
Kyrie
did play.
Jalen Brown played. Jason Tatum played. Horford played. Everyone played.
Well,
and they blew him out.
He didn't play, so
Doesn't count.
I'm just playing. But
Darius pointing to our Gordon Hayward jersey here.
I will say, I thought it was great the way the Cavaliers played, and I think LeBron James, I think he was revitalized with the fountain of youth that Cleveland has dipped into. But at the same time, I forget his name, but I saw an analyst say it on FS1 today. He said, we can't get too excited and say Cleveland's winning the East off of one meaningless regular season game. And I agreed with them to an extent because I'm like, yeah, it's regular season. They got a new squad. They had to show that they were ready to go. But at the same time, I feel like this could be the making of the Cavaliers winning out in the East again.
Well, they absolutely needed that to happen.
They did.
There's no doubt about it. They needed
confidence.
Youth, they needed defense. They needed a little bit more scoring and perimeter play. They needed some length, people that could defend the likes of Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Kyrie now. And they got exactly that. But let's not make the only point really that I was trying to make on Friday was let's not make Rodney Hood and George Hill and Jordan Clarkson out to be these team changing pieces, because that's not what they are.
Right.
That was all my point is, it might revitalize the team emotionally, mentally, to refocus and play again, but it's not going to be like you're going to show up now in Oakland in the finals and be able to defend the big 4 that they have over there. That's just not what this is.
Happen. Nope.
And so I totally agree with that sentiment that you can't just totally start reading into this now. They're back on top. It's going to take sustained success to convince me anyway. And you look, they're not trying to win the East.
No.
They're trying to win the NBA Finals.
That's it.
And this still isn't a roster that I think can do that.
looking at the roster, I'm just looking at it right now, and we talked about it on the last show, that team with Larry Hughes and all those guys. This roster, without Kevin Love, looks identical.
I can't wait for Kevin Love to come back.
Yeah.
And see what happens. See
what's going to happen.
Once they lose a game with Kevin Love back, all the Phoenix are going to start putting in Kevin Love again.
At Kevin Love. It's your fault, Love.
Yep. Can't wait for him to come back for more than one reason, though. Because not the least of which is that he's on my fantasy team, and I'm on like a 5-game losing streak because all my players. Why doesn't anybody just play? Just play.
Just play.
I pick up Dirk Nowitzki, doesn't play. Kevin Love, 4 to 6 weeks. Everyone's getting hurt. I had to trade Aaron Gordon for that same reason because all he does is get hurt. He plays for 3 games, puts up 40 fantasy points, and then doesn't play again for a week.
I'll tell you this, Bubba. A setback is a setup for a comeback, all right? You're going to come back stronger than ever.
I traded Aaron Gordon. I was like, I can't have this.
I can't have it.
I can't do it. I traded him to Spencer. I was like, look, you got to give me something back. You got to give me a shooting guard. So I traded Aaron Gordon for Chris Middleton.
Oh.
Which might not have been, I probably could have gotten something more out of that, but I was so desperate. I was like, I just need players who are going to play for me.
Let's get out of here.
The
stat line didn't look bad for these new guys coming off the bench, though.
Yeah, they played really well, and that's exactly what you need from them.
Yeah, definitely. Rodney Hood went 3 from 6 from deep.
Yeah.
15 points. He had a pretty good game.
He's inconsistent as a shooter.
Yes.
He's capable of doing stuff like that, though.
Yes.
You watch him play, sometimes you're like, wow.
Right.
This is a guy that could lead a franchise. And then you'll see him other times, and it's like, okay, maybe not. And so, I obviously wish Rodney all the best. He spent the first 5 or however many years of his career here in Utah, and so
right.
I really like him. I loved when the Jazz drafted him. I thought he was great coming out of Duke. Obviously, I hope the Cavs win for his sake, if not for anybody else's sake, because I really like him. But at the end of the day, Jordan Clarkson, George Hill, they're role players.
Right.
They're role players. And as important as role players are, you're not going to beat a team with 4 All-Stars.
No.
With 1 All-Star and a team of role players. It's just not going to happen.
Absolutely not. You're not the 06 or the 04 Miami Heat. 04 Miami Heat were filled with role players, let's be honest. Shaq and D-Wade were real. But Alonzo Mourning, Antoine Walker, Gary Payton, Jason Williams, those guys, Shandon Anderson for crying out loud, those guys are role players at that point. The NBA is not the same anymore. You can't do that anymore.
Completely different.
Can't do that.
Completely different. You can't do it with 2. You need 3. You need 4.
The real concern I have here is, what does Larry Nance Jr. bring to the table besides highlights?
Well, the big thing that everyone kept saying was that he was energetic. He brought energy.
Does he?
I don't know. I mean, I
didn't see it in
little
LA.
to no time watching him play because he plays for the Lakers, and the Lakers have sucked for the last 5 years. So
but
it's
that's
like,
what I mean. He makes highlight plays every so often with these nasty dunks. That brings energy. But if you're only scoring 6 points a game, 4 points a game, what are you doing for Cleveland with 3 dunks?
Couldn't tell you. I don't know, but everyone's really excited about it. So
I guess.
So we see the Cavaliers turn it around. They play really well. They get a nice win against Boston. On the other side of the equation, we now see Isaiah Thomas come off the bench for the Lakers, score 22 and lose.
Yeah.
What does this whole situation mean for Isaiah? Because he's got bounced around his whole career. Got drafted by Sacramento, didn't work there. Got sent to Phoenix, didn't work there. Sent to Boston, had a great season.
Yeah.
Had one really great MVP caliber season.
Yeah.
Was the focal point of the team. The only player on the team really that could score whenever he wanted.
Right.
They trade him away in the offseason. They send him to Cleveland. He can't play nice with others. And so they ship him off to L.A. where he's probably going to come off the bench.
He's going to have to.
Where does this leave us with Isaiah? You know what I mean? Like, what do we draw from this? What do we conclude about Isaiah Thomas?
I think Magic Johnson has a plan for Isaiah Thomas. And though Isaiah Thomas came in complaining already, I don't want to come off the bench. I said, dude, play your role. Help your team, right? I think, and it's funny how much money Magic Johnson did free up for the Lakers because I honestly think he's going to surround Isaiah Thomas and Lonzo Ball with some superstars next season. Obviously, we're not trying to jump to next year, but I think next season you could see a Klay Thompson, you could see a LeBron James, you could see a Paul George, and you could see a new big man, maybe in DeAndre Jordan, or even keep Brook Lopez in L.A. And I think having Isaiah Thomas complement Lonzo Ball is what Magic Johnson wants to do. Because you think of the early Lakers, who did they have? They had Nick Van Exel and Derek Fisher. Obviously, Nick Van Exel ended up leaving, but the Lakers are always known to have at least 1 or 2 good point guards. And I think that's what Magic's trying to get back to. Will Isaiah Thomas stick it out? I don't know. He seems like a crybaby.
I think he could be the best sixth man in the league
I think so.
if he wasn't so darn egotistical.
Beat Jamal Crawford for crying out loud.
He could be. I would love him to
Yeah.
be on my team as a sixth man.
Heck yes.
Not a focal point, I don't think.
No.
And he's not a superstar.
No.
But I think if he came off the bench, if he could humble himself a little bit,
Yes.
if he could sit down, and be humble
Listen to Kendrick Lamar.
for just a moment,
Right.
and realize, okay, I'm not going to get the $100 million contract I thought I was going to get last summer. Let's just make the most of it. People will pay for a sixth man
They will.
because that's important. That's important to have. To have someone that can come off the bench when your first unit's off the floor,
Right.
and can handle the ball.
Well, look what
That is valuable.
Look what Big Shot Rob did for the Lakers. Robert Horry,
Yeah.
clutch. And like I said, Jamal Crawford, I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but that dude could easily be a starter in the NBA, and he's not.
A lot of people forget that Manu Ginobili spent the majority of his career as a sixth man.
Sixth man.
He came off the bench, and he still does. I
He
mean,
was behind Bruce
He
Bowen.
never really started. He was behind Bruce Bowen. He was behind Michael Finley.
Yes.
He came off the bench almost all the time.
All the time.
And he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think Isaiah Thomas should be trying. He should look towards being a sixth man on a
Yes.
good team because he could do it.
He can do it. Definitely.
But a part of me just kind of thinks that he's like this little gimmick,
Yeah.
like the
I
token
agree.
5'9" guy, you know, like
Little man
It's just
syndrome.
like
I got to
I
be
just don't
the
really see
spotlight.
it.
I don't either.
I just don't think. I just genuinely don't think that you can succeed as an NBA player being 5'8".
Right.
Obviously, he proved he can score. I'm not saying about scoring. The solution is simple.
Right.
Who is Isaiah guarding?
No one.
Whoever he's guarding, throw him the ball.
Give me the ball.
Go to the
coach.
rack, because
Give
he's-
me the ball against Isaiah Thomas.
He's not going to be able to do anything.
Right. What you gonna
Literally
do?
every person on the floor could post him up. Every single person. And have a foot advantage on him.
Yes.
And so you just can't have him out there like that.
No.
You know what I mean? I think he would. You know what he should do?
What's that?
He should be the sixth man on the Rockets.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
No need to play defense. It doesn't matter.
They don't play D anyway.
And if he came off the bench after, if Arden sat down, Chris Paul sat down, whoever else, if he come out there, he could run and gun, start shooting threes,
You
go to the
kidding
rack.
me? You bring Joe Johnson and Isaiah Thomas off the bench in Houston?
That'd be a really, really good team.
It's kind of scary.
IT, I got your back. All right.
Be useful.
So, that's what it is with him. Wish him all the best. I think it's a good story.
I think so.
Huge chip on his shoulder. Works hard for his success, but
Complains a little too much for me.
yeah.
Just a
think so
little
too.
bit.
Staying with basketball now, this weekend, this Friday, obviously, we'll have another show on Friday, but is NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
All All-Star festivities are happening, and so we thought it'd be kind of fun to go through some of the skill, like the challenges, the three-point contest, the dunk contest, the skills challenge, and the Celebrity All-Star game, and kind of make some picks, do some analysis, some high-level analysis.
Yes.
So let's start with the 2018 Taco Bell Skills Challenge.
Yeah.
Now that is on Saturday, actually, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the first event on TNT. The participants are Spencer Dinwiddie of the Nets. Never heard of him.
Dinwiddie.
Not gonna front. Never heard of him.
What kind of name is that? Spencer Dinwiddie. All right, my brother.
Joel Embiid, Al Horford, Larry Markkinen, Buddy Hield, Jamal Murray, Kristaps Porzingis, who's hurt, so he won't participate. Andre Drummond and Lou Williams.
Joel Embiid is doing the skills challenge? What's he doing?
The skills challenge.
The ball handling and the...
I think so.
Wow.
I already know who's gonna win that. I think. I've got my pick made.
I understand Laurie Markkinen, but...
So you got Dinwiddie, Embiid, Horford, Markkinen, Buddy Hield, Jamal Murray, Andre Drummond. Why is he even in? And Lou Williams.
I'm going Lou Williams. I'm
Same.
going Sweet Lou.
Same. It's not even going to be close either, I don't think.
It's easy.
Because isn't the timing,
It's
like
a time.
how fast you can
How
do it is part of
fast,
it?
yes.
So why do we think Embiid and Andre Drummond are going to...
Drummond should not...
Horford.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Go home.
That's a lost cause. We're basically just calling those guys out there because of their personalities.
Maybe.
Mainly just Embiid.
Yeah. He's a celebrity.
Unbelievable.
I think they're like, okay, we're being prejudiced against the big dudes. Let's see if they got handles. They don't, but let's find out.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Yeah, definitely would be Lou Williams. Donovan Mitchell was supposed to be in this.
Yeah.
But when I can't remember who got hurt, someone got hurt.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon got hurt, that's right. proving my point that I was making earlier. Now that Aaron Gordon's hurt, Donovan Mitchell is going to be in the dunk contest, and so he's not in the skills contest anymore. Yeah. But, yeah, Lou Williams for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even close.
If Sweet Lou loses, I'll be surprised. If there's one big man, and you guys know I'm sold out on this kid, Lauri Markkanen. If there's one big guy that has a chance, it's the Unicorn 2.0. I like the kid. Talented.
All right, let's do the 2018 JBL three-point contest. Now, it's a field of 8 players. Pretty good field, I think, too. We've got Devin Booker, Wayne Ellington, Paul George, Bradley Beal, Klay Thompson, Tobias Harris, Kyle Lowry, and Eric Gordon.
Ooh.
That is a pretty stacked field. Obviously, the best shooter in the game is not in it, Steph, but he said that he'd...
Eventually.
If they do it again, if they do the All-Star game in Charlotte next year, which they're thinking about doing, then he'll participate, which is his hometown. So, wow.
Yeah.
Eric Gordon, Klay Thompson, Bradley Beal, Paul George, Kyle Lowry, Devin Booker, Wayne Ellington, Tobias Harris. First of all, Tobias Harris.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming at all. That was a little
thanks.
random. Yeah, not picking you at all, dude.
Thanks.
Hard pass.
I'd probably go ahead and eliminate Wayne Ellington, too.
Yeah.
I know he's a good shooter. They're all good shooters. And I'd probably axe Paul George.
Yeah.
That leaves me with Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry, Klay Thompson, Brad Beal, and Devin Booker.
Devin Booker.
Tell you what, this Devin Booker can shoot the lights out.
He can, but he's streaky too. If he's hot,
that's
he's
what
hot.
it is. That's what the three-point contest is being streaky.
Are you going to be broke in the three-point shootout, though? Are you going to pull a JR that night and go for broke? That's the question. I'm putting my money on Klay Thompson. I'm going Klay. I'm going the light-skinned wonder, Klay Thompson.
Is he black?
He is. I know. You know, I had friends, they did not know Blake Griffin was half black. They're like, Blake Griffin's a white dude. I'm like, he's half white.
His mom's white with red hair.
With red hair.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Klay's mixed.
All right. You know, I'm going with Devin Booker.
You going Devin Booker?
I'm just sold on him. I think he just all around is a really good player.
He is a good ball player.
And
he is. I like Book.
You know, it feels like the Warriors have kind of had a dynasty going, and as far as even in the league and in this competition as well with Steph and Klay. And so I think Devin Booker probably win that. But don't forget about my boy Brad Beal.
Yeah, no,
if
Bradley's
you ain't a
nice.
Gator, you're Gator bait. He's had a really good year.
Yeah.
Especially since John Wall's been hurt.
So did he transfer to Florida?
No.
Bradley Beal? Mm-mm. He didn't? Because I saw this
picture. He only played 1 or maybe 2 years, though.
I saw this picture the other day, and he was wearing a jersey that said Chaminade on it, and they're a team in our conference. And I was like, what? Like,
maybe he did. I don't know.
I don't think Bradley Beal played in the Pac West.
Is that what your conference is
called? The Pac West.
Yo.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going Devin Booker, and then my dark horse pick there would probably be Brad Beal.
I'd say my dark horse was Booker, but you know he's your man.
He's my boy. I like him.
He's your main guy.
Can I tell you I'm just going to throw this out there right now. I don't know why this happened. I made 2 huge mistakes. In my fantasy basketball draft this year.
Oops.
The first one was that I had the choice between Joel Embiid and Kevin Love. And I went Love. But keep in mind, Embiid had been hurt. He missed most of last season. The games he played looked pretty good. I didn't think that he could make it through an entire season. He has.
You gotta trust the process,
the best big man in the league, basically. And so that was a huge mistake. And then my other one was that I had a chance to take Devin Booker.
Oh.
And I can't remember who I took ahead of him.
Yikes.
Maybe Damian Lillard. I don't know.
Reasonable. That's reasonable.
I had a chance to take him. I was like, no, he'll still be there next round. And then someone took him, and I was so butthurt. So yeah, I'm going Booker to win it. Brad Beal, the dark horse.
Okay.
The 2018 Verizon Slam Dunk Contest.
Slamma-jamma.
Only 4. Victor Oladipo, Larry Nance Jr., Dennis Smith Jr., and Donovan Mitchell. I know who I'm picking. It's not who you think.
I think I'm going with who I thought you were going to pick because the dunkers I see in this contest, I'm not too impressed. When I saw Victor Oladipo, I'm just kind of like, are you creative? Yes, you can jump. It's great. You probably get your head above the rim, but are you going to be creative in the air? I think the Spider, Donovan Mitchell, is going to surprise a lot of people. I'm riding the heat train. He's hot right now. It's got to continue. It doesn't end in the dunk contest. He's going to stay hot. I'm going Donovan Mitchell. Spider.
Again, we've had conversations about Donovan Mitchell before, and I want to pick him, but I feel like dunk contests now are not so much about like I feel like they've always been a feat of athleticism more than anything.
That's true.
And Donovan Mitchell is athletic.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying that he's not an athlete. He is incredibly athletic.
Right.
But when I've watched Dennis Smith Jr. jump,
He can jump out of the gym.
dude got bunnies.
Yeah.
Like
Jackrabbit.
he doesn't. He looks so effortless. Is the thing that I think when I see him dunking, when he's spinning around, dunking, jumping, it's just like he looks like he's gliding around.
That's true.
And that's what wins these contests. I think being a good athlete.
Yeah.
Being able to do a lot. That's why Aaron Gordon was able to win.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine, I don't know how great of an athlete he is, but he was so long that he could do these crazy, around back or jump from the free throw line or wherever he jumped from. I think Dennis Smith Jr., only 6'3", but I mean the dude.
Yeah.
Just mad hops. Mad hops. That's just, I don't know.
I see exactly why you picked him. I'm just trying to ride the Donovan Mitchell train here.
Yeah, Larry Nance Jr. definitely finishing last in this competition. I mean, people.
Yeah,
look,
he can.
I know he
he's
dunked on some
long.
people. He dunked on KD. Did he dunk on LeBron?
I think
He's got
LeBron
these.
turned
He's got
his
these
back.
highlight reel dunks. That does not mean that you're gonna. This is not in game.
But you're 7 feet tall almost.
Is he 7 feet tall?
He's tall. I don't know if he's 7
See
feet
here.
tall. I think he's like 6'9".
He's
but
6'9". Yeah,
You're tall. It looks better because you're longer. Just like Dwight Howard doing what he was doing. It looked incredible because he was 7 feet tall. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's
see him
coming in
finishing
last.
last. Yeah.
Unless I hope he surprises me though. I mean,
He
the
might.
dunk contest last year was great,
It was.
and so hopefully this one can continue with that. So you're going Donovan.
I'm going Donovan.
I'm going with Dennis Smith.
I don't see Victor
I'm so
Oladipo
excited to
doing well
watch
either.
him too. Like that's
Where's Russell Westbrook? Why has he not entered the dunk contest yet? I'm waiting. You talk about athleticism. That might be the most athletic man in the NBA, and he is not. He's not pleased me with not being in the dunk contest. I don't understand. One time, Russ. Just do it once. I'll be happy. LeBron, you should have been done it, but hey.
So we thought we'd also have some fun with the Celebrity All-Star Game. I never really watch it. I've watched like clips of it. in
I've
the
watched it
past.
sometimes.
I've watched parts of it maybe, but I've never really gotten that into it because there are some celebrities out there, but it would be better if they were all celebrities.
Right.
But they have a bunch of former players out there, which I think kind of ruins it a little bit.
Just a little
anyway, the teams that we've got. So here's Team Clippers.
Yep.
You got Anthony Anderson, who I feel like plays in it every year.
Every year. Him or Kevin Hart.
Yeah. And then Brandon Armstrong, B-Dot. He's the guy that does all the NBA players' impressions.
Mm-hmm.
Miles Brown, also from ABC's Blackish.
Mm-hmm.
Win Butler of Arcade Fire. Common, the rapper. Andre DeGrasse, Olympic sprinter. Doesn't his name doesn't really ring a bell there. Stephanie Dolson, she's a WNBA player.
WNBA.
Jamie Foxx, your boy. Paul Pierce. See what I mean? It's like he's a Hall of Famer. It's like, why is he playing in this? Dasha Polanco, actress and activist.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
And then Bubba Watson, my boy, the natural, two-time master champion, will be on Team Clippers. And then the last person on Team Clippers, Mr. White Chocolate himself.
White chocolate.
Jason Williams.
One of my favorite basketball players of all time.
And then Team Lakers, you've got Sterling Brim from MTV's Ridiculousness.
Ridiculous.
Nick Cannon. If you don't know what Nick Cannon's from, I don't know what to tell you.
Look up
Terrence
turbans.
Crawford is a boxer. Rachel Demita, NBA 2K TV host, actress, and model. Jerry Ferrara, he's from a TV show on Stars called Power. Mark Lasry, Milwaukee Bucks co-owner. Tracy McGrady, Caleb McLaughlin from Netflix's Stranger Things.
Yep.
He's the black kid on Stranger Things. Candace Parker, Nate Robinson. Wow, that's nice. Drew Scott from HGTV's Property Brothers, and Chris Wu, actor, singer, and music producer.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you people that I'm excited to watch play. And I could care less. Like I said, I could care less about the NBA players.
Right.
I don't want to. I watch NBA all the time. I don't want to watch NBA players. The people that I'm excited about watching. Jamie Foxx is one of the most talented people on walking planet Earth today. Acting, singing.
Yes. Yeah.
Comedy. He's hilarious. He's one of the most he Harry Connick Jr. Some of the most talented people walking the planet.
Very talented.
I will be so excited to see if he can ball.
He might be able to ball a little bit. I think if you're good at impersonations, you're probably good at impersonating ability.
I'm also excited to see Bubba Watson. This is a guy who he's famous for never having had a golf lesson in his life. He's just a natural. He just played a lot of golf, basically.
They're natural.
Learned how to play, won the Masters twice. Really enjoys his life, has a good time, super like free wheeling deal, free spirit kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure he belongs in a basketball court. You might need a lesson or two if you want to succeed on the basketball court, Bubba.
Yeah.
But I love him. I think he's hilarious and want to watch him play.
I think I'm excited to see Nick Cannon play. Not necessarily.
I feel like he's been in this before.
He has, but the reason I'm excited to see him play is because I want to know if he's going to play in that turban or not. I don't know if do you watch Wild 'N Out at all? This dude wears a turban 24/7. I don't know why. But yeah,
You convert to Islam or something?
it's not like a Muslim turban. It's a Muslim turban. It's like my grandma has short hair, so she's wearing a turban, or she doesn't feel like doing her hair, so it's like what she would wear around the house cooking. That's what it looks like an old woman turban. I want to know if he's going to play in it. I'm excited to see him, and I'm excited to see Jamie Foxx.
How is this going to work having Caleb McLaughlin out there on Team Lakers? I mean, he's what, 4 foot nothing? He's like, what, 13?
13 years old. He's a kid.
How is that going to work? I mean, Kevin Hart is what, like 5'9"?
Right.
And he's probably he's shorter than him.
Who's he going to guard? Who's going to
That's the thing is, like I said, I never really watch these things, so it's like, how serious do they take this?
Not really.
Yeah, like, do they try and win, or is it just like a show?
It's kind of a show. When Ice Cube was playing in it, they took it pretty serious. But the only people I noticed that take it serious are the NBA players. Like Scottie Pippen was out there trying to kill people last year.
Why don't they? They should make it serious. Like, put something on the line, like a lot of money. I don't know how much money would matter to these people, but
probably not enough.
Put some, a new car like a Ferrari or something, throw it out there.
It's true.
You know what I mean? They'd play for that, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Whoever's MVP.
Especially a 13-year-old.
I don't know. But I don't know. I just think it's kind of silly.
Can we get Michael Jordan in this game?
Plus, there's no real like celebrities on it. Like, the only people on here that I know are Jamie Foxx. I'm not counting the basketball players again, because that's just stupid that they're even out there at all.
Right.
Anthony Anderson, I know. Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Bubba Watson, I guess. Hardly anybody on Team Lake. Who the heck is Sterling Brim?
Yeah, he's just on ridiculousness.
I know Terrence Crawford's a boxer, but I don't know what he even looks like. Rachel Demita?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you who that is.
Jerry Ferrara? I have no idea. Mark Lazary? Who the heck are these people? You know what I mean?
No real celebrities. Yeah, no celebrities. These are just these are C-list actors.
I'll play in the Celebrity All-Star game. Call me up.
Right, we're YouTube celebrities.
They're trying to find. It looks like they're like honestly going to like B, C, D, E list
that's
celebrities.
What's
So
happening.
it's like, because nobody else wants to play. Yo, I'll play.
Where's Will Smith? Why is Will Smith not playing in this?
I don't know.
Where are guys like that? Where's Dwight Schrute?
I feel like there's a level of celebrity though above A-list.
Yeah.
Where they're just like totally like excluded from doing anything.
Can't
yeah.
do it.
Like they can't show their faces. They can't do stuff like that.
Right.
And Will Smith is on that list.
Probably.
It's like him, like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Same way.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah.
Sorry, can't do it.
I bet they've asked him. I can't imagine that they've had me asked him.
I can't see Will Smith turning that down though. I feel like he'd be like, yeah. Because he's a goofy dude. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm really serious. All these retired NBA players playing in this game, Michael Jordan.
We might have forgot the most important part of this.
Play.
The coaches.
Oh, yeah.
So the coaches for Team Lakers, which is a team that has Tracy McGrady, Nate Robinson, Candace Parker, Rachel Demita, Caleb McLaughlin, are Rachel Nichols is the head coach, Tracy McGrady, and Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Plays Eric Killmonger in the new Black Panther movie.
Killmonger.
And then the coaches of the other team are Katie Nolan, Paul Pierce, and Common. All I want to know, why are Rachel Nichols and Katie Nolan in the game?
That's a good question.
Get out there and play, ladies.
Go play.
I'd love to see Rachel Nichols ball.
I would too. I bet she got some skills.
I bet
Rachel Nichols take it to the hole, take it to the paint.
And I feel like Katie Nolan to get out there and throw some bows.
Yeah.
And get a little feisty.
Yeah. Be the enforcer.
Yeah.
I see it.
I feel like she's pretty tall. I don't know. I've never met her, obviously, but she just seems like
she looks really tall, lanky.
Tall and slender, yeah.
Yeah.
You're ready to throw some bows. So when is that? Let's see. That is on Friday. 7 Eastern.
Friday.
On ESPN.
Yee.
Now, we've made it through this entire show, and I haven't even mentioned the most important, the biggest story out there today.
Uh-oh. What that be?
Starting today.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I think it started today. Hold on. Starting today. The Westminster Kennel Club has announced the 142nd Westminster Best in Show Dog Competition.
Huh? Dog? Did you say
Have you not heard of this?
in the world?
The dog show?
Man, come on.
Yo.
I've never heard of this.
I've never really watched it. I watched a little bit of it last year. It's kind of it's like curling. Like in the Olympics, the same thing happened where I watched it for a little bit and I was like, yeah, this is kind of boring. But then once I started watching it, I couldn't take my eyes off it. And so that's the dog show, dude. Started today. Today and tomorrow.
I've watched glimpses.
Last year, a German Shepherd won, and it was like, whoa. That was pretty dope. Not gonna lie.
People walking dogs around in a circle and having them jump over stuff.
Daytime session began today, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The breeding, judging across hound, toy, non-sporting, and herding groups, and also junior and showmanship preliminaries were today. And then the evening session, which starts now, group judging across hound, toy, non-sporting, and herding groups. And then tomorrow, in the evening session, they announced the best in show. Like I said, last year was a German Shepherd. It was a beautiful animal. I was trying to find some odds of the dogs that were going to win, but I couldn't find any.
Oh my!
But I feel like they were. Everyone was talking about how the German Shepherd was kind of an upset last year. So don't miss it.
You're serious,
I'm
right?
Serious. Just watch it for a second. Watch it for 5 minutes and just see what happens. Because you'll see these dogs like walk around. They like do a little obstacle course or something, and like
I can't watch
the people who announce, like the commentators. I don't care what it is. I enjoy listening to a good commentator.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
No,
they're
you're right.
smart and knowledgeable and like make good points and stuff like that. Then I'll listen to whatever sport it is.
Right.
And that's what they are. They're really smart.
How do
and
you
good.
make a good point about a
I
dog?
don't know, but they do.
Look at that poodle over there. Curly hair, walking so elegant.
It's awesome.
What
I'm probably gonna go watch it when I get home. I'm gonna watch it at least for a little bit.
Look, if there's no, I like a certain type of breed of dogs, and my dog is the dog that's hated the most for some reason.
Like
I
what,
don't know.
Pit Bull?
Pit Bull should be in the show, and Presa Canario should be in the
I
show.
bet they
Beautiful
are,
dogs.
at least in a way.
Where's the Cane Corsos at?
No.
Where are the big dogs? Where's the Bull
It's
Mastiffs?
not really that kind of competition. We should have our own.
but there's
is what
some
we
pretty
should do.
dogs like that. There's some pretty Mastiffs out there. Get them in the competition.
Just try it. Like, just watch it for 10 minutes
I've
today.
tuned in on Animal Planet for like 0.5 seconds, and
don't
as
even
soon
know
as
what
I
channel
saw
it's
them
on.
prancing, I was done. I was like, yep, next. You can't do it.
Let me see if I can find what channel this is on.
But you
I
know,
believe last year was on Fox.
sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone.
Just try it out. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Let's see.
I don't know, Bubba. I don't know if I get with you on this one,
I
man.
can't do it. I don't know where it is. I'm pretty sure last year was on one of the Fox networks, though. I'm going to try. I'm going to go watch it when I get home. At least for a little bit.
You're
for
really
a minute.
going to watch it.
For a minute. Kind of see. I'll probably watch tomorrow and see who wins Best in Show. You know what I'm saying? It's big news.
I just can't. I'm trying to picture you sitting on the couch watching the dog show, and I can't see
You
it.
know, get myself some dinner. Comfortable down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
This has been the Sports Room, the sports show that cares most about dog shows. We'll be back here on Friday. Darius has had this big surprise for me and Derek.
It's coming, y'all.
And
Friday.
Apparently, it's going to happen on Friday.
Derek,
Not really
you
sure
better
what's
be
going to
here.
happen. But we'll be back here on Friday to cover all the biggest news of the week. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. At _the sports room _ same handle for Instagram. Darius has been doing a great job with our Instagram. If you want to contact us, you can do that at the Sports Room Talk Show or the Sports Room Talk Show at gmail.com. We will see you on Friday.
Friday.
Peace.
Peace out.